Good morning. It's Thursday, May 15th, and this is Wake Up with KERA News. I'm Andrew Garcia. Temps are down slightly for today. We'll have highs in the lower 90s to upper 80s or so. And there's even a small chance we could see some thunderstorms this afternoon and tomorrow as well. An 11-year-old North Texas girl is set to become the first person to try an experimental new treatment for a rare disorder. We'll hear her family's fears and hopes for the treatment right after today's news. Gateway Church in Southlake is refusing to pay founding pastor Robert Morris millions of dollars as part of his retirement. Morris was accused of sexually abusing a child for more than 4 years in the 80s. The disgraced pastor has since been indicted in Oklahoma on 5 counts of lewd or indecent acts, which disqualifies him from securing any sort of retirement benefit. That's according to the megachurch. But Morris claims Gateway forced him out of his employment by telling him he'd be terminated if he didn't step down immediately. Dallas-based Southwest Airlines has requested a permit from the U.S. Department of Transportation that would expand its presence as an international carrier. The airline filed for a permit allowing them to fly in all countries under the Open Skies Agreement, including countries in Europe, Latin America, Asia, and Africa. A Southwest spokesperson told KERA the airline is taking advantage of a streamlined regulations process for international authority, but that the filing doesn't necessarily mean anything new is coming. A girl in Rowlett will be the first in the world to receive an experimental therapy for her rare genetic disorder. She's one of fewer than 100 in the world affected by it. KERA's Ala Mokhtar has her story.
11-year-old Marley Mansour loves baseball. She's in a kids' league, and for every game, she has a signature outfit, a different colored tutu every time she plays.
Do you get to wear a tutu?
Yeah.
Yeah. What color is your tutu?
Aqua.
Aqua?
TNT. Bubble.
You like bubbles?
Yeah.
When Marley was a baby, her parents noticed she wasn't putting on weight, and walking was a struggle. She fell a lot and had several seizures.
We saw so many doctors, we saw so many specialists, and there was never any answers.
Kayla Mansour is Marley's mom.
There was always just, keep doing what you're doing, keep taking her to therapies. It definitely was a very lonely path, to be honest.
Finally, when Marley was 9, the family got an answer. Genetic testing showed she was born with a mutation in a gene called NARS1. It's involved with making a protein that's critical for the central nervous system, but it wasn't discovered until 2020.
There wasn't a roadmap. I didn't know the resources yet. I didn't know the places to look. It was quite the journey, waiting 9.5 years to all of a sudden having a name for it.
A NARS1 mutation can lead to developmental delay like with speech. Those affected may have seizures, intellectual disabilities, and problems with their nerves. Marley is one of just 100 people in the world known to have a mutation in the gene.
We were just kind of in shock because we didn't expect for them to find anything.
The day she finally got her diagnosis, her mom was told there wasn't a cure. But Kayla Mansour was determined to find anything. That's when she discovered a nonprofit that creates individual treatments for rare diseases. Later this year, Marley may become the first person in the world to receive a personalized therapy for her disease. Dr. Caitlin Batley is Marley's doctor.
It kind of modifies, in Marley's case, it modifies the NARS1 gene to help her to be able to make that protein product when previously she was not.
The therapy was developed for a variety of diseases, but has never been used to treat Marley's particular genetic mutation. Batley thinks this is a step forward for the medical community.
And I think it is something that also shows kind of the personalized medicine and direction for personalized medicine for the future, that we may be able to create therapies for, diseases that previously had none.
Marley will need an injection in her spine every few months for the rest of her life. The hope is to slow the progression of her disorder. Her mom, Kayla, acknowledges there are a lot of unknowns with the treatment, including whether it'll even work.
I mean, I just have a lot of gratitude, but I also am nervous as well. I've never even given this child an antibiotic, and here I am, going to infuse experimental medicine into her spine. So we don't know what we'll get out of the treatment, but we are just so hopeful that it's going to improve her quality of life at a minimum.
And despite fears, Marley's dad, Jonathan Mansour, is happy his daughter will pioneer the treatment for other people.
We're excited about it, a little bit nervous, but for the greater goal, I think it's a good thing for us and a lot of other kids.
That was KERA's Ala Mokhtar reporting. The Stars head to Winnipeg today as they play Game 5 in Round 2 of the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs. If they win tonight, they'll be heading to the Western Conference Finals to take on the Edmonton Oilers. Face-off is at 8:30. If you're interested in building your art collection, head to the Dallas Market Hall. The Other Art Fair kicks off today and goes through Sunday, so you'll have plenty of time to find pieces that speak to you. Find more information and other fun things to do on our Go See DFW calendar at keranews.org/calendar. Thanks for once again listening to Wake Up with KERA News. I'm your host, Andrew Garcia. This show is produced and edited by Shardae White and Bekah Morr. For more news in your inbox, visit kera.org/wakeup. That's where you can subscribe to the Wake Up with KERA News newsletter and get good morning vibes from our colleague Catherine Hobbs. Connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at KERATX. One day until the weekend. We'll see you tomorrow.